for joining us on this beautiful British summer's day. We have some umbrellas here if you need them. Someone did suggest we cancel the event if it's a little bit of rain. To cancel the Johnnie Walker event would have been so I'm really pleased. It's such a great gathering of people here today. We're actually for the first time broadcasting live. So I do know we've got visitors watching from the United States, from Canada, Poland, from France, who've all kept it. So hello to all you guys online there. So we're here today together to commemorate passing 80 years of an extraordinary individual, Captain Frederick John Walker. And I kind of go off filter off speech here because someone sent me a video last night about what would life be like in 100 years' time, and I figured to myself, what would life be like for all of us in 80 years' time, another 80 years? And I thought, how many people would be remembered? You know, all those worries about paying a mortgage, you know, the health problems, worried about school, worried about the kids. In 80 years' time, most people gathered here, that those things will be forgotten. If we're lucky, we're, you know, a photograph on a mantelpiece. Our relatives may still speak about us in present terms, but very, very few people in 80 years' time would be remembered quite the way that Captain Walker is. This fact that we're gathered here today tells us there are some people in life who just do things and go that much further, and I'm so glad you're here to remember him. So, Captain Walker, a true hero in every sense of the word, and he dedicated his life to the service of his country and the defence of freedom. Beacon of courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment, leading by example. I think that's the key phrase that always comes to mind when we Captain Walker, and an inspiration for those who served underneath him. So in my role at Western Approaches, I have kind of 7-day-a-week daily privilege of being able to kind of regale the tales of Captain Walker and the efforts he made to turn the tide in the Battle of the Atlantic. And we feel it's our kind of ongoing duty, not just the Western Approaches, but people here gathered today, to make sure that in all the classrooms around the country, in Britain and further afield, the name of Captain Walker should roll off the lips of school children as one of those great British heroes like Nelson or Churchill, someone who kind of is synonymous with the greatest Brits. So I'm going to talk just a little bit about some of his exploits, but rather than in the Atlantic, I'm going to mention something that's been on most of our minds recently, which was the D-Day landings and the role that Walker played. So Eisenhower had kind of made it very clear that the U-boat threat was something that would really put the kind of blockers on D-Day. And so Walker was kind of moved from the Atlantic to go and sort the U-boat threats prior to D-Day under obviously top secrecy. On the 6th of June, 76 U-boats sailed from Biscay into the Channel to disrupt the Normandy landing. The 76 U-boats in the Channel that had the capability and the firepower to just stop D-Day before it began. Sightings reported streaming to Starling, and Eisenhower had said to Walker, "I need 2 weeks clear." And Walker's response was, "You not only get it, but this is our chance to smash the U-boats for all time." The first 3 days, he directed his 40 ships into 36 attacks, during which 8 U-boats were destroyed, many more damaged. Aircraft claimed another 6 U-boats were through. He later returned for another desperate attempt, and for a week there was no rest for Walker or his men. And each time it was Starling's turn to retire for new ammunition. Her crew snatched a few hours sleep, but Walker, he attended conferences, he adjusted his tactics, he laid new plans. With his typical inexhaustible energy, he took the ship back to the sea to resume the struggle. Only a handful of U-boats needed to reach the landing area to create havoc. Not a single U-boat passed through. In the 3rd week, 3 slipped past the defenders, put port in a moment of panic, and destroyed they were never to return in strength. Walker had achieved the final ambition, destruction of the U-boats, as a fighting force. The Battle of the Atlantic was won, and the Battle of the Channel was never lost. Walker's own officers started to be alarmed at his grey, drawn face. His eyes had sunk back, and his lean frame was not his normal decisiveness, replaced with growing hesitancy and uncertainty, and no one could foresee the end that was coming. The afternoon following his arrival home, Walker and his wife attended a film and heard the news that relayed that Captain Walker was to be knighted by King George VI. Unfortunately, after leaving the film, he was rushed to the hospital and passed away, never to receive his knighthood. But I think events like today remind us that his memory is his honour in his people here. Remember, and we're all here as a free nation thanks to his sacrifices. So let's remember Captain Walker as a hero, a naval legend, symbol of hope and courage. May his memory serve as a constant reminder that the impact of a single individual driven by purpose shaped the course of history. We're so grateful to welcome Captain Walker's family, so many of his family here today, who are also here to pay their respects and encourage them to remember the sacrifices he's made.
Following words were said by Admiral Sir Max Horton, Commander-in-Chief Western Approaches, at Captain Walker's funeral here in Liverpool. In our hour of need, Captain Walker was a doughty protector who fought and sailed the seas around the world. His heart and his mind extended and expanded to the utmost tiring of the body, even unto death, that he might discover and liberate means of saving the ships. Very great is the number of human lives that were saved by his diligence and vigilance and perseverance. Many more lives have been saved and will be saved by his example. Victory has been won by such as he. All praise be to the Most High for such perfection of skill and rare knowledge, and determination and daring leadership. May there never be wanting in this realm a succession of men of like spirit, in discipline, imagination and valour, humble and unafraid. Not dust nor the light weight of the stone, but all of the sea, Western Approaches, shall be his tomb.
guys, that concludes today's service. Western Approaches is open. We've got nice biscuits out. There's no charge to get